Ragged tonight in North London. This is one of those nights that Arsenal fans world over will remember for a long, long time. It will live long in the memory for sure, because this has been a special, special performance from a team that has stood up and been counted all over the pitch. Declan Rice with two unbelievable free kicks will grab the headlines. Mikel Merino with a smart third. Arsenal were good from the first minute to the last, but the second half they kicked on. Two goal line clearances from Alaba and Bellingham, a whole host of top stops from Courtois. It could have been worse. Real Madrid will still believe that they've got a small chance, but Arsenal surely will never get a better opportunity to make the semis at the expense of the European champions after a pulsating 3-0 win here. Yeah,
it was just an unbelievable evening. Arsenal were magnificent, they were outstanding. The first half, okay, there were one or two mistakes in there, but in that second half, from half-time onwards, we just went through the gears, and it was too much for Real Madrid. Declan Rice, the hero, two of the most beautiful free kicks that you will ever see. The second, the goal of the season, hands down. And then we get the bonus of the third from Mikel Merino, whipping it in left-footed to send this stadium just into ecstasy. And look, it's just been a privilege to be here tonight, one to remember. And, you know, from where we were when Mikel Arteta took over to where we stand tonight as we listen to North London Forever play out, having just beaten Real Madrid 3-0, it's chalk and cheese. We have gone up one level, two levels, three levels, so many levels, and we now belong among European football's elite, and we showed that tonight. We're contenders to win this competition. Just hope we can see the job through now in Madrid. It's been so good tonight.
The North Londoners nail it. Madrid have been mauled. The Gunners ground the Galacticos, and how, but we're only halfway there. We know that Carlo Ancelotti will have something up his sleeve for the second leg. We know that Real Madrid will be better on their own patch. There is no doubt about that. They will pose a threat. They will certainly have opportunities, and they may well score, but Arsenal will have to look at the tie as a whole here, because 3-0 up is such a good lead to go anywhere, and the Gunners will be favourites now to make it through to the semi-finals. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, overwhelming favourites, and we've got to embrace that position that we find ourselves in. I think we have to go there with a mentality that is still 0-0, and that we go there and we've shown that we can hurt them tonight. We can hurt them on this pitch. We can hurt them on their pitch. Trust me, we can. We've got the players as well on the counter-attack that can really punish Real Madrid. We're in just the position that we want to be. There should be no fear from Arsenal in the second leg. We need to attack it with confidence. And yes, we'll have to defend. Yes, we'll have to ride our luck at times, but this team now knows that they can live with Real Madrid, and not just live with them. We can hurt them. We can cause them massive problems going forward. And yeah, I believe that we can go there and get another positive result and cruise through. That would be the dream scenario. And if we do that, then we've got such an opportunity to go on and lift this trophy. This is a night that kind of changes everything. It changes the way that Arsenal are perceived around Europe and around the world. We are now among the big boys.
Well, Arsenal had hope. Arsenal fans believed. No one really expected a 3-0 scoreline, and it's an opportunity that the Gunners have got to grasp with both hands in the second leg next week. Madrid have been mauled tonight, but they're not out of the competition just yet. But Arsenal are in the driving seat. This has been spectacular. This has been special, as we hand you back to all of the Live from M5 crew. Full-time, first leg, quarter-final. The European champions have been beaten, and how? At the 90. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0.
Oh, wow. I mean, we'll just dive right into it.
I think that's one of the best nights of football at the Emirates, no?
That's all right. It's up there.
Crazy.
He's speechless. Jez is
It's
speechless.
just, listen, them full second half, 45 minutes of madness, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's probably the best 45 minutes, at the Emirates Stadium for forever. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's almost like unspeakable what we've just seen. Like, I mean, we'll go into the whole half, but I just have to start with Declan Rice, the 2 free kicks, the first one whipping it round the wall, and then the second one. I don't think anyone would have expected him to score the second,
Well,
and the way it was just so top corner.
Talk about 3-0 win, but never thought about Declan Rice scoring 2 free kicks, right? It's just one of those.
We
like-
haven't scored a direct free kick in a long time anyways,
Yeah.
full stop.
Yeah.
To score 2 in a game, I mean, the second free kick I think is the best free kick I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
No keeper can save
No
that.
one.
You know, sometimes you just think, oh yeah, it was keeper could have done better.
Yeah.
You can put 2 keepers in there, they won't save that. That is in the top corner.
You said it was
It's
such
curving.
power.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's ridiculous because I thought, right, so the first free kick as well. So the wall, could the wall have done a bit
No, he
better,
bent
maybe?
it so far around the wall though. I don't know, I need to watch that back, but he bent it all the way around the wall and came back in.
yeah,
It was,
it's crazy.
But both the technique for both, just the fact that he hit the ball, it seems so hard as well, with so much whip on it for both goals.
we know his ball striking is so good anyways, because this season we've scored a lot of set pieces, and a lot of it has been from his corners. And we've scored from free kicks as well, like from the obviously attacking it, from headers, from his set pieces. So we know his delivery is good, we know his whip is good, and his ball striking is good because he's got some like long ranges. But free kick, direct free kick.
Normally, when he's from that far
Yeah.
away, like you don't really go with the inside of your
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
You've got to go a bit of laces
Yeah.
because you've got to put some power into
It's a
it.
bit like Drogba. Do you remember the way
Yeah,
Drogba used to hit
he
the
used
ball
to-
side foot?
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that. I mean, going into it, right? So we were all watching it together, and we were noticing just Courtois. It looked
Wow,
like
keeper.
he was just going to have one of those nights that we've seen him have before, where he just seems to be able to stop everything, and it was going to take something special to get past him. I mean, I think all 3 goals were special in their own.
Yeah, because
own
we
right.
forget to talk about the third one, but the quality, how he twists his body to be able to curve in the bottom corner, he's a top striker.
Yeah. You taught him a few things. You must have gone to the training ground and gone,
I
Mikel.
spoke to Thierry.
Yeah, and that was an assist by Miles Lewis-Skelly as well on a night like this, where Miles had an edge of the box and he had enough composure to see a better option and pass it through. First time Marina to hit it. Like, everyone had a special. We needed something special for a game like tonight, and everyone turned up. And I was really proud to see everyone running so much the whole game. Players were collapsing because that's how much they were running. Even we saw Courtois was having one of those games of saving everything. It needed us to solve problems, fix things, figure something. We have to have something special, and we did it.
Yeah.
All goals, we figured out those problems, and we worked out, and we made it happen. And we scored 3.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so for people watching at home, you might see on the screen it says 1-0 down in the bottom left corner here. I'm glad to report that it was 3-0. It was 3-0 against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Even the producers can't believe what we know. Like, what?
So Jez and Sharky as well. I want to. You touched on Miles Lewis-Skelly there. We were saying how impressive his performance was in the first half, and what you said as well. It's like you want the boys to be braver that next. Do you think they were in the second half?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and he's like, I've said it many times, and I keep saying he plays like he's 28 years old, like he's already got a bag of experience, more than 200 games in the Prem. It's just, you could see him just like dragging his player, talking like he's a leader. He's a proper leader. He looks like he's a senior player. Yeah. And that pass that we were saying, shoot, and actually at the end he just squares it to Merino. And no, well done. You don't need to.
You made the right decision.
But it seems that his decision making as well. He knows when to pass, when to travel with it. His movement, he picks. Yeah, it's just immense. It was crazy.
I mean, we could chat about so many players, but for Sharky, for you, who was that standout player?
Obviously Declan Rice, because of what he's done tonight. He just now cemented himself as an icon in this club just from that They'll always
Yeah,
be remembered.
that-
We will never forget this night. Right? Growing up, I think about other Champions League nights, and I wish I was there. This one is one of them now. So of course it's going to go Declan Rice, but so many players, man. Marino, Martinelli, these guys were running the whole game,
Yeah.
up and down during Timber at the end, and the whole game. Miles Lewis, Skelly, I was talking about, like everyone, Partey, Odegaard, like everyone had a good game. Even Saka did a lot, and he's obviously not. He's just his first game back, first start in this year.
Yeah.
For everyone, David Raya as well was so impressive, collected from crosses, and even the composure of Raya as well. When he had the ball, when he was still, rather than hoofing it, he's playing us through. Jakob Kiwior coming in today, big pressure. You know, Saliba, last man a couple times. But I can name the whole team.
Yeah.
You know, every single person. Like it was magical. You know, we needed
I
that.
think from that game, obviously the team going forward is going to get a lot of praise. But before we heap praise on them, a little word on the defence, as you touched on there. Raya, the saves that he made, he had a Courtois night of his own, and then Saliba, who we just know is Saliba, and it was a tough night against Mbappe, who from the first half looked like he was on one.
Yeah.
And of course, Kiwior stepping in, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Jurriën Timber. How important do you feel like this defence is, especially going forward for the rest of the season, going into to the Bernabeu next week?
Well, it's huge. It's huge because they've proved tonight that they can keep Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, and Rodrigo quiet. You know, which is very difficult, and I'm not sure there's many defence that can say they've done it. So they have. I know it's at home, and I know it'll be a completely different game next week. But when you go with a 3-0 advantage, it's a big advantage to turn. You know, I think Madrid's done it before. But yeah, you've got free goal cushion. This is big, man.
And especially if we score the first goal as well in a second, like that makes it even harder for them. But it's a big ask for them. I know they will come to their ground, but 3-0 down, it's going to be. This is the Champions League, you know. So we still got to be, you know.
Exactly, yeah. As I was about to say, like we've seen it before with Real Madrid, where it just seems no matter what their form is, especially when they're at home, anything's possible. We've seen how they can turn up. Particularly with like the depth of their squad, and also it looks hopefully Saka and Declan and Jurriën coming off is just precautionary. It's nothing major.
Crossed,
but I think going there with a fairly full squad, obviously we should have enough to get through. But
let's hope so.
I think what I'm quite pleased about as well is having that 3 goal cushion. Madrid's gonna have to open up. They're gonna have to go for it quite early on in the game. Which, you know, if we well organised and play quickly in counter-attack, we'll have a lot of space as well to explore.
Well, that's the thing. So would you, if you were Mikel Arteta or you were in the changing room with them, what would your approach be to a game like that, where we don't need to win the game to go through, but then obviously you want to still play your game and be able to impose yourself?
You have to play in your game in some ways. You can't just go there thinking, do you know what, we've got 3 goal cushion, let's just go there and just defend, because you go into the Bernabeu, if you play against Madrid thinking let's go there and try not to concede, it's just going to be 90 minutes of attack defense, and at the end you know Madrid will end up scoring. So you've got to try to play, but in the back of your mind as a player you still think, listen, with 3 goal advantage, surely we can't concede 3 goals. If we smart defensively and we're well organised, you should go through, man.
For sure. Well, I mean, hopefully we do. Obviously, there's a lot more work still to do. But talking of tonight, we mentioned the Declan Rice free kicks, which are 2 of the best free kicks we've ever seen. And in the same game as well. Have you actually ever seen that? In your professional career, have you ever seen someone
that scored 2 free kicks in a game? No, and then never mind in one half as well.
At this stage of the Champions League.
Exactly. I've seen it, but not at this big game. Yeah, I've seen it here
and that
a long time ago, but not at this kind of game, at this level, and the quality of it as well.
Unreal. Let's talk about Mikel Merino.
Yes,
maybe the unsung hero of the front line, especially 100%. You know, it's not his natural position as we've talked about, but he kept working. And he's got quite a lot of goals now.
He could have scored more today, but Courtois was having one of them days.
Yeah.
A lot of the saves that Courtois made was Marino's chances.
Yes.
So he was on it today, Mikel Merino, and I'm happy he got his goal in the end because he deserved it. He deserved the goal for sure, and he ran his socks off as well, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very happy with him, and he's proven himself to be the answer for us right now, especially when we had so many injuries, he's been so good for us.
Yeah, and Martinelli as well. Like, it's nice to see him back firing at his best. Always a problem for Valverde as well, as we know, is an animal. He's so good at right back, like physically,
Anywhere on the pitch,
technically.
he's good,
He's exactly. And the fact that we saw quite a few times that Martinelli just kept him honest. You know, he was had him on the back foot a little bit and caused a problem, because I think obviously we know Staka, Starboy, he's our guy, but Martinelli on the other side to come back from injury as well and still be able to cause a problem. How important is it that we have more than just one or two players fit, firing going forward?
I think Martinelli is getting back to his best. I think it took him a while after injuries coming back. He was on and off and not starting. Now he's found his form again. Now we're seeing the Martinelli that we saw last year and the year before, when he was just absolutely terrifying defense, taking the ball and just feeling confident. You can see a player when he takes the ball and he starts running up, you can feel he's a player that believes in his speed, in his physical ability again. Before he wasn't. He was just taking the ball and then he wasn't sure. Can I go? Can I take him on? Do I trust myself that I can take this boy on? And now you can feel he takes the ball and he takes anyone on. And that is someone that he knows physically he's back at his top, and that is the best time for us to have him back at his best.
For sure. And I'd love to know as well for you, in the context of not just for tonight and this season for this club, but also like the careers of the players, of our players. How important do you think a night like tonight is for the players out there? We were chatting to Ashley Walters before the game, and he talked about these guys need to make history for themselves. He's like, let's not talk about the past, let's talk about tonight, and hopefully these guys can make a historic night for themselves. How important do you think tonight would be for those players?
It's massive, and it might not be big, even we get through and go to the semis and all that kind of stuff, but when it's massive, it's down the line. When you've retired and then you don't play anymore, and 10 years down the line, you've got people come in and say, oh my God, that game that you played, you were insane. And there's only few in your career that you can remember clearly, even us as fans, right? You as a kid, you will have certain games and certain players, one moment that you think,
I've got a few in here. Like, because of this, I've watched hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of games, but there's a few specific that stand out.
Yes.
5 maybe. This is one of them now.
Yeah, for sure. One that stands out in my mind, this will live forever in my memory, I think, for a lot of Arsenal fans, especially the younger fans who maybe don't have those historic nights from when we were younger, and Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp and Jeremy Aliadi were playing, But they're now starting to get these sorts of nights. I have one night, I remember, it was the Liverpool game in the League Cup. That will honestly, I'll always remember that game. I'll always remember that game. I remember.
That's what I mean. A lot of people tell me this is that game.
Same.
It's just and that's what I mean. There's some nights, some games, special games that people remember forever.
I mean,
hopefully tonight. Tonight will be one. Right?
But you must be very proud of that night as well, because I remember that ball coming over, the control. Incredible.
Yeah, it's just one of those nights, mate. You just everything just click. You don't know why. You don't feel particularly better than another day, but it feels like everything goes for you. The team, like the players around, like everybody's just on top form, and it's just
But okay, so for you, and you were very young at that stage as well. So I know a lot of the squad is very young. That would have been one of their probably the biggest night of their careers. Sure. For you, when you played that game against Liverpool, for example, and you put in that incredible performance, how much can you, as a kid at that stage, enjoy that night versus you have to look forward because the next game's come in, the next round of the competition? Like, how much can you enjoy it?
It's the toughest thing in football. It's when you get a special night like this, is how do you enjoy it, but without enjoying it too much, if you know what I mean.
It's true.
Because
enjoy it just the right amount.
We haven't, there's still things to do, there's still jobs to do.
That's what I mean. That's why I don't, I'm watching the game tonight and I'm buzzing, but I know getting through the quarters is brilliant. Being Madrid 3-0 is brilliant. I want to win the Champions League.
100%.
I want to go to the final and win. That's when you can, just explode.
Celebrate with freedom. Once you win,
You know what I mean? And as a player, unfortunately, the things that you can't quite control is how you react emotionally and how you deal with them high and lows. And sometimes you get so high, you high for a few days and you forget about the next game.
Yeah.
And suddenly you've used so much energy emotionally and you drained. And then you go to the next game, you might feel confident from the one before, but you've got nothing left in the tank.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then you're just having a poor game.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't feel right. And that's why moving on to the next game, I know it's tough because you've just beat Madrid 3-0, but you've got to kind of move on quickly, man.
I'm sure Mikel in the changing room right now is giving everyone their props, super proud of everyone and making sure they enjoy it. But equally, we know what Mikel Arteta's like. He's going to be focused on the next
Of
game.
course.
He knows
Yeah,
it's not
that's
over till it's over.
For sure.
So predictions, right? Beforehand, what were we thinking?
I said 2-0 in the studio.
Did you say 2-0?
Yeah, 2-0. They only asked me.
What did you have a little prediction?
I was thinking 2-1 because I was thinking Madrid were going to score.
Yeah.
With them three up front, I thought they're bound to score a goal. And never saw 3-0 coming. And
3-0.
definitely not at half time when it was
no,
still
0-0.
goalless. Yeah.
But it was great to see. I mean, my prediction was 3-0, Declan Rice, 2 free
Oh,
kicks. And then,
you just want to say it. You just want to say it.
yeah. I just saved it, and then now I can repeat it. But no, it was an incredible night. I mean, like we've got smiles as wide as anything. You know, it's so good to see the boys now, the men and the women's through to the next round. Oh no,
If
not
we
the men's.
don't-
See, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah,
You need
not
to.
yet, man.
So that's the thing. You need to make sure I calm down. I'm getting away
Listen
with
what
myself.
Jeremy just said. He said,
Yeah.
relax.
I totally forgot what he said and just got taken away. You know, okay. But hopefully that will, make two. But we've got a big game at the Bernabeu. Are you going to be there?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I wish I could, but
Even after tonight?
well, I'll like to, but
We all love
we'll
to.
see. We'll see.
I'm trying to find a way myself.
Yeah. Well, you never know. We might be.
Yeah,
We might be there. But everyone tuning in from home, we hope you enjoyed. This has been live from N5. What an unbelievable night we have had. Arsenal beating Real Madrid 3-0 in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.